again, all for technologies and everything else, but it's really just understanding what this is going to do when these are all turned up to 5G, without knowing what ramifications it will have for people, humans. I'm just going to continue walking along, and some of you probably haven't seen the city for a few weeks or a month or 2 months or whatever else, and they've done it in such a discreet way that you're not going to be able to see everything unless you really look. So again, you've got one over there. It's about another 100 meters up the road. I'll keep walking along. They're on the sides of buildings as well, but they really blend in. I'll see if I can find one on the side of a building for you. Quite often they're on churches, funnily enough. But I think in that case, people get paid for having these where they are as well. Oh, here's another one here, right there. Zoom in. So on the corner, where are we? Up there. See another one there. Just keep wandering along again, try not to trip over. Here's one right here in front of me. Just there. And again, you can see the radiation sticker here. So it's actually saying it's in plain sight. It's right in front of people's noses, but they don't see it. People here are walking past and no idea. You got your radiation sticker right there. You got your facial recognition across the road up there. I think on this corner you've got a few of those. I can't see the next one. Oh, there's another one. I'll just walk up the road here without getting killed again. There is another one a little bit further along. I've only walked, how far have I walked? Probably 300 or 400 meters, and maybe that's about 10 or 15 of them that we've seen. I'll walk a little bit further and then I'll get going, because I don't want to get arrested for exercising my right to exercise too much. Hopefully that opens up people's eyes to see what's happening here in Melbourne. And it's not just happening here, it's happening everywhere. So if you get out at all into your streets, whichever city you're in, you'll see the same thing coming up. We'll just cross the road in a minute and have a look. But my thought process is, keep going to your MPs, keep talking to your councils, go to them with intelligent, smart information about these smart cities. So here's another one just here, just there. So I would say, yeah, go to your MPs, talk to your councils, get your letters written about what's happening out here. Talk to them about the fact that it's not 2G, 3G, 4G, it's now 5. It's a different way of doing things. The point of it is as well that people aren't aware that this is not just about the radiation these things are going to emit, the fact that it's untested on people, humans. I put up a post earlier today about the farms where it's getting put into as well on animals, to try and make it easier for them. Here's another brand new camera up there. It's the fact that these little radiation towers are getting put on every second pole as you walk along, and the fact that they're, as I say, not tested on humans, they're at the millimeter wavelengths. We know that they can't penetrate through walls and around buildings and foliage, so they're either cutting things down or they're putting these new towers everywhere. So if you're thinking every 100 meters one of these is there, it's going to be outside your school, your workplace. It's going to be every place you can think of, and they're talking about thousands of them. Like this little walk that I've done, how many have we seen already? And they're still putting them in. So there's still workers where I was driving on the way in here where they're putting these things up. And I feel like you need to remember that these are sort of happening. There's another one over there, straight across the road, up there. They don't all look the same. You're not going to be able to recognize them all. Maybe here in Melbourne they do stand out a little bit more because they're not on just like black poles like they are in some of the other cities. Ours kind of look like they are, you can tell that they're cell towers or whatever else, or small cells. I'm just trying to find one on the side of a building for you so you can get an idea of what that's doing. I'll try and get out here again at some stage. and I'll bring out an EMF reader so you can get an idea of what it's doing, the way that it's getting this radiation around. The other thing they're doing here, and I asked the Telstra people, is where these Telstra Air things are. So there used to be a few of them in the city. There's now hundreds of them in the city. And I asked the lady there, how does that work? And she said, again, it's like a small cell. She gave me a lot of information. I should have actually recorded it, but I probably would have got myself actually put in jail. And yeah, I think people talking about the fact that burglars are going to get found and stuff, yeah, that was already happening anyway with CCTV. So you got another one up there across the road, and you got the, I think I just saw one here somewhere. Oh yeah, over there, straight over there. That's a brand new one there, again on top of one of the information towers. So if you've got any information towers, you're going to learn about, you know, small cells as well. That's that one up on top there. I guess that's about it. I think I'll do one more lap back to the car. We've only walked one block, as I said. I don't know how many, I didn't count them, but there was quite a few there. I'll just walk back to the end of this block here. All we're going to do is continue to spread the word on these, let you guys know where they're at and what's happening. As I said, the onus is on you. Keep writing those letters to your council. Our guys in the background are putting together letters for you as well to get people to cease and not put these together anymore. As we get those letters out to you, you can get them onto your councils as well. Once you do that and get them out to the councils, if you see one getting put up, we're trying to put together a letter so you can actually go out there and not get yourself arrested and say, I do not want this, I do not consent to this being put up where I live, because it's so wrong what's happening right now without it being tested and regulated. So I think all of you have the onus on yourself to do it. Once we get a win at somewhere like Mullumbimby or wherever else, we'll then replicate that worldwide to as many places as possible. And I feel like once that momentum builds up and people realize that they can make a difference, that's where the tables are going to turn 100%, and we can make a big difference then. Nearly back to the car. I haven't really been looking. Oh, there's another one across the road here. So that was about 100 meters as well. Just keep walking along here. Give you another little bit of a look around Melbourne City. So it's dead. Usually on a Sunday you got cars and people everywhere, but obviously there's no one here. There's another one up on top of that sign just over there. I'm sure there's more to do with these light posts. Some of them do have radiation stickers on them. I'll try and get one up close to you as well. That's about all I've got from Melbourne. I'll just get up to this last corner and show you the other end of Burke Street. So we'll wander along, showing you the side of the building. Yeah, so we'll have Zev on later on tonight, and we're going to have a chat to some of the guys from the Sydney technology groups, give you some more information of what's happening around all the different areas. Just be aware that we are doing our best to get these shut down everywhere. We're not going to stop. We're going to get this stopped worldwide, hopefully. We might not do it ourselves, but once one win happens, as I say, they're going to happen everywhere. So rest assured that you're going to be looked after by everyone. Everyone's in this together, and we can all make a huge difference. I'll show you these last couple now. So you've got here, where are we? One over that side of the road on that corner. You got one on this corner, but it's behind the pole, so it's up there. And there's a third one. You've got one on top of this post. These are the ones that are harder to see, up on top of the post there. So you actually have them scattered everywhere. You probably have them up on top of the buildings here as well. I just can't see at the moment, and I'm running out of breath, so I'm gonna have to stop walking. So I'm gonna head back down towards my car. I don't know where I left it. Here's another one of the smart bins. These are the ones for me that really put it through that this is happening now. So these smart bins, and part of the Smart City initiative through Melbourne City, are everywhere. So there, as I say, they talk to the people and they let them know that the bin's full or whatever else. And that's part of why we need 5G technology and why we need it to be here to protect us or to make us have faster internet, when really it's about having a gridlock city where you can know everything that's happening 24/7 on all the people that are walking through, coming in and out of that city. And I feel like full surveillance is one of the scariest things you could ever imagine. On top of that, they're going to be taking all your data, stripping it away, and using it. Data, as Paul Seals said yesterday on an interview I did with him, data is the new oil. So you need to be really careful and be aware that your data is going to be getting stripped from you left, right, and center all the time. And I feel like if you're not aware to that now, then you're going to have all kinds of strife later on. You can't sort of renounce and go backwards once that stuff gets taken from you. Here's another one here, so you can see it up nice and close. This one has a company name on it saying it's out of service at the moment. Maybe because they don't want people cutting it down or whatever, and I wouldn't say do that. That's it up close, the transponder. And then the little cells are up the top of the tower, up there. So yeah, as I say, pretty inconspicuous. I guess that's about it. I'm gonna get back to the car, and hopefully you guys understand that yeah, there's a lot of stuff here that's going on. So keep an eye out, stay safe, keep pushing your local councils and your governments. See if you can get a letter from your doctor saying as a duty of care, radiation levels need to be at a certain level, and if you get sick, then they're going to go back to the council members or whatever else and sue them, because you really have your own health in your own hands. So you need to be able to go out there and say to them, this isn't right. So I'm going to get going. Peace. Look after yourself, everyone.